Hello guys, we're going to get straight back into it today. It has taken me a literal age to collect all of this obsidian, but we have got it! Woo! I'm going to go whack this down somewhere. If I can get out of the house. So, I have got sick of the animals in here. As you can see, we are now animalless, apart from one little chicken that's still wandering around. I mean, mainly because they kept stepping on all my pumpkins. Right, well, I'm going to whack this. Let's whack this here for now. Excelente. And I will show you what I've done with the animals. I haven't murdered them. As you can see, they had a little gangway and they escaped to over here. And I have built a little kind of animal hut for them to be getting on with. Here we go. You can see the roof there. I've kind of tried to make it look a bit fancy, even though it's like the most basic building you've ever seen. And this is the reason why I've been doing all these pumpkins, is so that I can make jack-o'-lanterns, the least favoured of all the lighting sources. Now, as you can see, I managed to catch a few extra sheep. Well, in fact, you've grown up. I breeded you, which means that we should be able to make ourselves a light grey sheep if we breed you with one of you. Let's see if it works. Let's have a look. Oh, yay! Great! So obviously the idea is to make all of these sheep the different colours so that I can get all the different types of wool. So let's do that now. You shall be red. You shall be yellow. You shall be blue. Right, so in theory, we should be able to breed these guys to make some of the other colours. Let's give it a try. Oh god, don't crowd me! Don't crowd me! Right, let's try that again, shall we? So I think if we get the white sheep, yeah, come here, you. Oh no, you've just bred. I can't breed you. Let's try you. And the red sheep. In theory, you guys should make, yay, a pink sheep. Good job, which means that means I can't breed the other primary colours. Though we should be able to. No, we can't do a light blue sheep until these guys grow up, but that's okay. I think we've done pretty well. So the aim of today is to start up the enchanting system, which obviously means we're going to need books, which means we're going to need a lot of sugarcane. We're going to need a lot of leather, but I realised actually that I can get a fair amount of leather also from doing some fishing. But unfortunately, that does mean we need more string because I actually broke my last fishing rod. Luckily for me, however, I've discovered that I don't actually need to go and kill spiders because I found some flax. And flax is one of the recipes in the game that actually is working at the moment. So I believe if I get this like this, oh yeah, and that gives me loads and loads and loads of string, which means I can basically fish until I get a decent rod, which I'm super excited about. Though I suppose I could whack a really low level enchantment on it. Let's do that actually. Let's go make ourselves a rod. Right, so we do it like this. Excelente. And we should be able to whack a really low level enchantment on this. Okay, so it's like that thing where you have like question mark profit. I have no idea. Limited enchantability. Oh, I see. Yeah, of course. I've forgotten one of the ingredients. Okay, that's a little bit better, but it's still saying that I can't have it. I wonder if I do actually need to have at least one bookcase. You used to be able to enchant with just like one level. Oh, swizzled. Running backwards and forwards between here and whatever I need is starting to get a little bit tiresome. One of the things I actually don't like is loads of people always have like a centralized storage system, but I actually don't enjoy having centralized storage because I find that I end up just like running backwards and forwards from whatever project that I'm doing. I actually prefer to have everything like in their own separate little buildings, so that's kind of what we're going to do here. I think today might be a good day to start planning out where some of the other buildings are going to go, and maybe a central area for like, you know, big bulk storage, but mostly I want everything to be spread out. I realised that I don't actually have to wait until I have 45 pieces of leather to do some enchanting because I could actually just make 2 bookcases with what I have. So let's see what we can get on this old fishing rod. Yeah, the one enchantment is still like question mark, but I think unbreaking should be fine actually because it means it'll last a bit longer, and that's all we get. Many hours of AFK fishing later, I think I'm kind of done with this now. Let's have a look. I got myself 3 pieces of leather and quite a lot of other cool stuff as well. I think this is probably the best book that came out of it. There's just like, you seem to get quite a lot of like what they call the trident things on this, and just some unbreaking ones, which is good because I can fix this and keep on using it, but we'll leave that in there for now. This is the enchanting setup as it stands. Unfortunately, the local wild cow population had to take a little bit of a nosedive for this to happen, and I've been steadily like breeding the cows over here. But what I really want to get on with is actually starting to construct the little village that I had in mind. The freaking hell? Oh. A zombie villager. That's not kind of what I was expecting to find there. I actually kind of wish he hadn't died. We could have really used that. But I will take his delicious sweet flesh. Lovely. Don't know what I can do with that, but hey. I've turned this into a little kind of storage area, so now we actually have like all of the woolen things, and I actually got this as well because it really annoys me having to like open doors all the time, so now I can do this. Whee! And just head on out. Now, I've realised that actually this is pretty slow. This is pretty slow going, getting all of the stuff from in here. And the cows aren't breeding particularly fast, so then we can probably breed a few of them now. Actually, they look like they've grown up because I've been fishing for such a long time. You, and you, and you, maybe. Where are they? Take it, not the sheep. I don't want the sheep to breed. Just the cows. There we go, that'll do. So I realised that I probably do need to do a little bit of automation, and one of those things is going to be a sheep farm, which I'm going to get working on probably, let's think, over here somewhere. It's going to be a pretty big building. This is actually the next day. I've been AFKing for a long time. But I actually think what I need to do is make a sheep farm. I've designed it in creative, although that was hindered slightly by an unfortunate incident that occurred. Oh my god, guys, the worst thing just happened. I was just in here, like, doing some animal breeding, and, like, this wolf came out of nowhere and just started, like, properly, like, leapt over here and started murdering all my sheep! Oh, I worked really hard to breed these guys up. Oh no, look at that! Oh no, I lost 3 sheep before I had to, unfortunately, put him down. I'm gonna have to check and make sure there's no other in this area, otherwise we're in big trouble. Oh dear. And that means I now have some mutton that I'm not really sure what to do with because there's not really that many recipes to kind of play with. But we need something a bit safer for these sheep and something a little bit faster with the old wool shearing. I also forgot to mention that I went on a little adventure and got a little bit of vines just to kind of decorate houses with. In fact, I might make a little vine farm just on the side of this house here so we can get going. So like whack the vines all along here, and then I can harvest them whenever I like. And I also went back to my original area and got some sweet berries, and these we can definitely make some recipes with. In fact, before we start building, let's do that now. So I think we can make some jam. We're gonna need sugar, the saucepan, and if we pop these in here, oh, marshmallows. I'll make them later. Yay, we got some jam. Excellent. Now, I think what I also want to do is then turn this into a sandwich. So we're going to need some bread, but I think we need butter and a skillet to turn it into toast. Let's see. This should work. Yes, great. Okay, and now we get the jam. Yes, excellent, correct. We've got this, we've got this. Now I'm gonna make a bit of juice, and I think we actually need 2. Yes, excellent, right. We now have the food, we're ready to the sheep pen. Alright, mate, I've got some emeralds. What have you got for me? Oh, what? 5 emeralds from the tree? I've only got 4. I'm gonna have to get the cactus instead. At least we get some green dye. Yeah, thanks very much, you scam artist. Boop. So I've had a fair few ups and downs whilst building this. We actually had another pillager raid. Which went about as well as you would expect it to. Boop. But some things did go well as well. Right, let's see if this works. Yes! I made a redstone, I made a redstone. I've used up all of my iron, I've used up all of my iron. Apart from the fact this has taken me literal days to make. And the worst thing is, I looked up the ingredients for an observer, which is the most important thing that needs to go down here, for us to actually see when the sheep are eating. And you know what one of the main ingredients for it is? Do you? Do you? It's nether quartz. Which means eventually we are going to have to go to the nether. So I think, you know what? I'm going slightly insane. This has taken me days, actually taken me days to do, which is probably why I've gone for this multicolored roof, because I am actually going slightly insane. So we're going to park this for a little bit and we're going to go do something else. I've come up really high to get a better vantage point of the valley and kind of think about my plans for this area. And already I can see this kind of wall that I've put here isn't quite the right shape. I think it needs to come out and be a bit more rounded so we can have a nice big wheat field there, probably coming all the way up to this fishing thing. I've been kind of thinking about turning this into a windmill actually, just so it kind of fits in with the environment a little bit more. And from here you can see my absolutely nuts sheep farm. I mean, that looks crazy. The pumpkins as well just kind of add to that like craziness, but I definitely need to build a bridge going across there because swimming across there is becoming a pain in my butt. One of the other things I need to think about is like how much of this area I kind of want to cover, and I feel almost as if I want to go like all the way up to that edge kind of there, like basically what I can see within the render distance to be, you know, this village, so that the houses can be bigger and a bit more spread out, and I can use each one of them for like a different function. So like the blacksmith will have all of the kind of iron and things in it, and then like maybe a jeweler could keep the diamonds, or maybe that could be an armorer, I suppose, and maybe I could get some little villagers to come and kind of man these houses for me. But I'll kind of leave the village separate for the moment because I am actually going to do that up at some point. But yeah, this is kind of like the idea that we're going to go with, and as I don't have any wool, we are going to use cobblestone to map this out. So this is the work I've done so far. You can see I've actually improved upon the wall quite a bit, and I've taken it up to here. I'm not really sure what to do with this weird little space that's kind of down here, but I'm sure we'll figure something out. What I've decided to go with actually around here, you can see I've expanded the wheat field as well, is as if the castle or like the fortress used to come out to here, but it's like quite old now and it's all crumbled down, so they've had to put in like wooden fences to fill in the gaps. Let's go have a closer look at that actually. I realized as I was doing this I'd actually run out of quite a lot of resources, so I did a bit of mining. I kept running into this stupid abandoned mine shaft, but I did find some kind of nice things in there, which is why I now have some melons growing in my pumpkin patch. I also managed to find a ravine and mined the obsidian that I'm going to need very soon to go to the nether. And there I managed to get myself a fairly decent amount of iron, a couple of more diamonds, and some gold, which I've now realised that I need because obviously if we're going to be building rails and things, you do actually need gold for that. So this is how this is looking so far. You can see that I've actually put a little bit of sugarcane behind here. I think it looks quite nice actually, like just kind of peeking through the little holes you can see there. I'm thinking of sticking a tower over here. I've kind of marked out a couple of places, like a sort of a ruined tower, which might be where we put the nether portal. And I'm actually thinking one of the things I'd like to do, especially now that I know where there's an abandoned mine shaft underneath here, is actually whack a train station over here and have like a train going to where the villagers live. And I was even thinking that I might actually turn this area into an orchard or some kind of like farm on the outside of my my fortress. I placed down the cobble, like not as far as I was thinking I would. You know, I was kind of looking at that area and actually thinking, do you know what? I don't actually need all of that space. But I have, you can see, rounded this off a little bit more. It comes all the way up here, and then I've put another tower there. There'll probably be some kind of entrance there, and then there's another tower over here. And I was actually thinking what would be quite cool is I am still going to have a bridge in this area here, but I'm thinking about putting two towers here that are slightly ruined looking, that have another bridge going across, and then we could probably wall off this area as well to use for some different farms and things. But yeah, I'm open to suggestions. I'm thinking I might keep some of this area out here actually to use for farms and things, you know, because there's a lot to do. And most of this in here is actually, as well as houses, going to be some nice gardens, so we can really get going on or some of that Pam's HarvestCraft stuff. Now I think I know what I need to do to finish off for today. Right, I'm going to get rid of all the stuff in my inventory. Let's make a little bit of food. And in fact, actually I want to turn some of this into really cool things. So let's have these. I actually just realised I used all my sugarcane to do this, so yoink! Yoink! Give me that sugar! First we make the jam. I believe it is like this. Excellent. That's a lot of jam. And then we make the toast. That's not how you make the toast. Alright, then we got the sweet berry toast, 2 of those. I'll keep the jam as well. We'll have these muffins. The cake, I think you actually have to whack that on the ground. Not sure about that, we'll see. Make sure I've got a full set of iron tools. And I think we are ready. As ready as I'll ever be. Oh god. I'm testing out this wall as I go, and it's pretty impenetrable, I have to say. I mean, apart from this bit, obviously. And there she blows. Let's do this. Ugh, right, I can do it. Psych yourself up, psych yourself up. We're gonna do this. Sword out. Let's go. Nut, that's a bucket. Sword. Alright, let's go!